Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Boredom Busters with Lincoln Children's Museum. Today is Friday, June 12th, and we are continuing with our theme of robots today. So yesterday, we thought a little bit about what a robot is and how it does not necessarily have to look like a person or do jobs like move around and pick things up. The phone or tablet or computer you're watching me on right now also has a lot of robotic components. Today, we're going to try to build a robot. So there are a lot of things that you need to think about when you want to build a robot. So the first thing is, what is it going to do? What job do you want that robot to do for you? And then you have to figure out how that robot will do that job. Now, if the job that you want your robot to do is pick up garbage, for example, well, how is that robot going to pick up garbage? It's going to have some kind of grabber, or maybe a sweeper. Then you have to think about, where is that garbage going to go? Is it going to have a compactor inside of it to squish that trash up to take up less space? Now, is that robot going to have to move around to find the garbage? Well, is it going to have wheels? Is it going to walk? How is it going to know what is garbage? So there's a lot of thought that needs to go into it. And the first thing that engineers will do is build a prototype. And a prototype, what that means is that it's the first or an early version. They're still trying to figure things out. It's not a complete final version yet. It might not do things correctly, but they're still trying to figure it out. So they build a prototype. Now, for our printable today, I have here, we've got Kazoo and all of these little robot faces. Now, do machines have feelings? No, but we can program them to look like maybe they do. So here are 9 different robots, each showing a different emotion for their programming, and Kazoo needs to figure out what all of those emotions are. So we've got some questions down here too. So circle the robot that is winking. So find the one that's winking, and then you can also think about, well, why would it be useful for a robot to be winking? What kind of program would it need to have to wink? And for our video recommendation today, we have fun facts about robots from National Geographic Kids. Now, there's a lot of cool videos from them, and most of them are pretty short, so you might end up watching more than one and learning a lot about robots. And for our song recommendation today, we have a Go Noodle for you. So put it on. It is Don't Read Like a Robot, and you will catch on pretty quickly. So listen, sing along, and do the dance moves with the guys. All right, and our book recommendation today is Robots, Robots Everywhere by Sue Fleiss, and it is a fun story about robots and how they're interacting with the world. Now, when you have a robot, any kind of machine, well, sometimes things don't go quite right. Maybe something breaks, and if you don't have a manual that has all of the instructions, you have to figure out yourself what to do to fix it. And there's a word for that, and that is troubleshooting. So you will have to troubleshoot any kind of electronic from now or then. So do you have any toys that just stopped working? Maybe ones that have batteries and mechanical movement parts. Now, if they are broken, and talk to your family and see what toys are broken and what you might be able to try to troubleshoot yourself. Now, to troubleshoot an electronic, you're probably going to need some tools, and you're going to need to know what it's supposed to be doing, and you're trying to figure out why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So find out if there are any toys or other things that you can troubleshoot at home. Maybe work with a grown-up or a big brother or sister, someone that can help you out with those tools and figure out what is wrong with that toy. Now today I do have a craft for us. It's kind of crafty, kind of sciencey, and it's something that we're going to look at again tomorrow too. So I'm going to build a robot out of recycled supplies. So let's take a look over here. Now I have a bunch of supplies on both of these tables. So really you can build with just about anything. I have some cardboard boxes, some tubes, cups, anything really that's lying around your house. I found these paper plates that I painted a little while ago and thought those might be fun to add on. I've got some craft foam, I have tape, I also have some bottle lids, and just really, again, anything you can find around your house. Now, we like to think of robots as being shiny metal things, so I also brought out some foil so I can cover my boxes. Now, I also have some other embellishments, little things to add on to make it look more fun in the future. Now, you are first going to want to think about what is your robot's job going to be. And what does its body need to look like? So I'm going to start by taking this dog bone box. I'm going to cover it in foil. Now we're going to do this kind of the way that we wrap presents. So we need to make sure that we have enough. Here's my box, and it looks like it will fit in this direction. So to make sure, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides on this box, and I leave a little bit and then go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to find out how much I need. So I'm going to cut it here so that I remember where that spot is. All right. And there we go. All right, now did you know that foil has 2 sides? There's the extra shiny side and the kind of more dull side. So decide what side you want out for your robot. I'm going to go with the extra shiny side. And now, since I measured it out, I know that I will have the right amount. I bring this over to the side. I get some tape here to tape it down. Tape works best with foil. Glue doesn't work very well with foil because there's nothing for that liquid glue to go into. Now, if you want a nice edge, because right now it's all torn up, you can just fold it over. And that's another reason why I left a little bit extra. So now I can fold it over, and I have a very clean edge here. So since it's clean, I'm going to use some clear tape so that it's not, because that blue tape, I think, would just, it wouldn't match what I'm going for here. All right, now to fold in the ends, fold down the top, pop out the corner, and fold in that corner, crease that down there, and then pull it up. Now, mine doesn't quite match up, but I am going to make the best of this situation, and I'm going to put a blue stripe across the bottom. I think that'll look fun. All right, so I'm getting my body here. Gonna do the same thing on the other side here. Fold it down, corners out, corners in. And this one looks like it's going to match up just fine. Lovely. All right. Now we need to add some more parts to it. So if this is the body, what should I use for the head? I think I would like to use, I want a round head. I'm going to use this coffee cup. but I also want it to be silver. Now, wrapping cups is kind of tricky because they're not rectangular. And they're tapered. See, they're bigger here than up here. So it will be a little bit tricky. I'm going to need to get extra foil here just to make sure. That will be good. Let's start it right here. Little piece of tape. Now, I do like using this blue masking tape. I feel like it's a nice, strong connection. All right, now I know that's how much I need, so I can cut off the rest, and maybe I'll use the rest of it later on some other part of this robot, or maybe even for a different project in the future. All right. So now that I'm getting this head on here, what is my plan for this robot? What is its job going to be? Well, I kind of like the idea that I had earlier about a trash collecting robot. Ooh. Now the great thing about foil, you can make it into a fun shape. I'm going to make the top of his head into this fun shape, I think. And we'll see if that's useful later. And crumple it down, there it is. All right, there's his head. There's his body. Now, we need to get some other parts on here. Let's move over to this table with the hot glue gun. Now, I like using hot glue. It goes pretty quickly, so we can get that on there. Let's see. Now remember, hot glue, it's very, very hot, so you need to make sure that you have a grown-up's permission or that you have a grown-up helping you out with it. There we go. I'm just gonna put some here and some here. Get this on here. Go back through, put a little bit more on there, but I think that'll hold. All right. So you see, you just keep going and you can build, you can change your ideas as you work too. That is totally okay, because things just don't work out the way that you think that they will sometimes in engineering. In fact, that is a very important part of engineering, is being able to go back and change your ideas because they weren't working the first time. That's nothing to be ashamed of or to be sad about, because it happens to everybody. One of the most important things of science in general is being able to go back and try to figure out what you did wrong. Everybody does things wrong. All right, well, I think that I'm gonna stop for now. I will finish this up later, and then tomorrow you can see how it turned out and see how it works. So thank you all for joining me today. And I hope everyone has been enjoying the Read Aloud Lincoln story times. I know that the libraries have some fun things coming up too, so keep an eye on their Facebook pages so that you can keep up with all of the fun things going on. Now, Miss Lindsay, I do have a joke to leave you with today.
Okay.
What do robots wear during the winter time?
Oh, I'm not sure on that one.
Row boots.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks everybody for joining me today. Have a lovely afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10:30.